Anyway, sorry, that was a little sidestep there. But I mean, overall on the album, I think it's a good record.
I think it's a good record,
I think it's a good record.
Am I going to listen to it a lot? No.
Probably not.
I might throw it on in the shop when I'm working at the coffee shop.
Oh.
I feel like it's pretty good for that.
It'd smack.
Uh-huh.
It would smack.
But
it's good coffee shop music.
More, I might throw a few of the songs onto a playlist for the coffee shop. That's probably more what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. It's one of those that, like, I appreciate it. I like it. Don't fully know if it's for me, which is fine. But I do, like, I see the value of it fully. Like, it's good. I can tell it's good.
I have a question.
Yes.
What really grabs you with an album? Is it like a certain timbre? Is it a certain vocal style? Is it a certain thing that really grabs you? Or is there certain aspects of music that you always find like, that thing always grabs me if it's there?
I have no idea.
Because there's some theme going on with what you usually gravitate towards.
Yeah.
You like a lot of like bands. I think you like the
bands.
band dynamic a lot.
I like some singer-songwriter-y stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I think when something's really poppy sounding, it just doesn't resonate with me for some reason. I don't know. Also, when something's too happy sounding, like if something's real sad, I get it.
Yeah.
But
so you feel like you just relate more to something that's maybe a bit more somber or more aggressive,
maybe,
like frustration, just based off of like,
I don't know. Maybe I'm just an angry person. I don't.
You're the angriest person I've ever met, Chayne, in the world. No, it's just a pattern I've noticed with some of like.
What grabs you? What do you think?
Big thing I've noticed with how we both listen to music that's very different, and I've noticed it in every single episode of this podcast, is you listen to a lot of like lyrics and like stories and stuff. Like when you talk about records, you go that direction and kind of
with the ones we've covered.
Yeah,
there's definitely other ones that not so much.
Right.
So, but yeah, I get what you mean.
But like and then I'm always like the guitar part or the the mixing.
You think in like recording?
I do. Like, I generally think of recording because I like that and song structure. Like,
yeah,
I think I'm always really fascinated by why somebody does something.
Okay.
Because I always find it interesting, like a happy song. Like I haven't ever like been writing and been like, I'm gonna write an intentionally happy song. It's really uncomfortable for me to write in like a fucking major key.
Yeah.
You know, because I've written in like loud, sad, anything in that vein that it can be sometimes difficult. But I've grown more to like write stuff that is more, I don't know, happy sounding, but just like a little bit more positive in the sense of like a Talking Heads positive, not so much like a whatever fucking pop artist happy sounding.
LMFAO.
Yes, not in like an LMFA.
We should cover them.
I should take the lenses out of my glasses.
You should.
And do we should do an LMFAO.
LMFAO episode.
Whole coverage on LMFAO.
They only released 2 albums, right?
And then they broke up because they hated all the popularity, apparently. Oh. Good for them. Let's look up LMFAO. You guys remember them? Anybody remember? It's been 10 years. Wow, this shit's so dated.
Albums. Party Rock, and then Sorry for Party Rockin'. They disappeared.
Yeah, because they were like not about
303 on their fans also like. Well, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's when I hear something and because you were talking about like intentions with it, and if I hear it and I see the intentions as I'm gonna write a popular song that people are gonna listen to at a party, like that just doesn't appeal to me.
Right, and I don't like that shit either because I hate it when something's super contrived and super like I have the intention of this being a hit. Like I've heard of musicians who are like, I'm writing a song for TikTok to get popular on TikTok.
Ew, fuck that.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Like what? And again, there's no real financial gain in internet stuff unless you really the people who are able to make financial gains on the internet, they have to fucking grind so hard. I've heard stories of like how
it's
much
not worth it at that point.
You fucking work yourself into the ground that way because you're constantly having to post and be interactive. I mean, we do it to a degree, but not
Yeah.
to a degree that's like, this is just a fucking podcast and it's you and I doing
Most of the posts that I put up are when I'm pooping.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
as they should be.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we ain't sitting here trying to look pretty and do this little TikTok thing, whatever that was. But, again, I don't like when music is that way either. And even Kali Uchis, she says, like, when she was making the album, I really didn't want to be influenced by current music or by my peers. I was worried that maybe my music wouldn't be embraced by other people because it doesn't really correlate with what's trending at the moment.
Which is weird because then she brings in every one of her peers to make a record.
Yeah, I don't know who her peers are, but she
Yeah.
brought in a lot of fucking people who she may or may not have already worked with. I don't know.
Let's look at what her like related artists are. Fans also like Daniel Caesar. That makes sense.
No.
I don't know. I don't know who most of these are. I know who FK Twigs is because she used to date Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah,
and she
that's
was in
right.
that movie he made.
That's right.
Well, that's like it. I don't know. I don't know who these people are.
I know. Yeah, I know. This is a lot of. This was a genre way out of your.
Yeah,
your lane.
way out of what I listened to. But that was nice. It was nice to hear something different.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How would you compare this to listening to Prince?
I don't know. Maybe if we recorded the Prince episode in the 80s, it would have been about the same.
Oh, okay.
But since this is more modern, I think that's the main difference.
Mhm.
Also, I mean, like genre wise, it's very different. But
yeah, I could see that.
Just because this is more like current. Like I said, I could play this in the coffee shop and it'd work. If I put on Prince in the coffee shop, I'm gonna get some looks probably.
Because Prince is horny.
In fact, one of my coworkers put on Purple Rain one time and I skipped it, and they got, "Oh, you used to date her."
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you not remember who you used to date that I worked with? Okay, don't worry about it. We'll talk about that after the show.
Yeah, that's an off-camera
That's an
conversation.
Yeah. That makes sense now that she put that on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" I skipped it, and they were like, "That was Purple Rain," and I was like,
you don't fuck with that song.
"Oh."
Take it so personally. Because you're in a fucking mood if you listen to Purple Rain.
For sure, and I mean, I don't think you should play that in the shop.
I agree, because that song is like super like
I don't think
sentimental.
it was appropriate. I mean, it was like appropriate, but it wasn't the best call.
Yeah, Darling
It was a
Nikki's
weird
the
one.
way you got to go with that one.
Ugh.
Can you imagine just fucking working on your laptop and you hear like fucking Darling Nikki come on?
Gross.
Like, who's the motherfucker who put this on? I wouldn't be surprised if I heard that over at your place. You know what I'm saying?
I think I found this easier to listen to than Prince. Like because I probably only listened to this record twice. I listened to the Prince one listened to Purple Rain like a bunch of times because I made myself kind of like what you did with the Norma Jean one. I think.
Oh yeah, I listened to Norma
you
Jean
had
a
to.
lot
So-
because I was like, fuck, I gotta find something in here.
Which I mean, with both those records, the musicianship in it, excellent.
Yeah,
Like very well done.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I like because this is a very poppy record, but it's very real sounding.
yeah,
Like you can tell people are playing this shit. They're not just sampling crap. Which nothing
Yeah.
wrong with sampling crap. We are covering clipping soon. So
yeah.
But,
I think they did it very well.
Mhm.
I think it was cool. I've never seen a record with this many fucking producers on it.
no.
And a lot of people talk shit on it, especially like rock bands are like, oh, you'll see all these fucking producers on an album. I'm like, it's kind of a different genre. It's a different thing. And this one I think was done well where it wasn't like, oh, a bunch of producers who like
Yeah.
are saying this and that about the music.
It's also different when it's like, oh, the producers like found these good-looking boys and made them into a boy band.
Yeah. I hate
Like
that
that's
shit.
different when they're like it's completely structured. Like this is
Yeah.
this is more just collaboration. I feel like.
Right. And I don't know her like how she got into a position of recording this with all these musicians. Hold on, let me look here.
Just read the whole Wikipedia page.
Basically, this is Wikipedia swap. So she released a mixtape in 2012. So
Sorry, I
on
keep
tour.
burping into the microphone.
Dude, me too. I'm like
It's a burpy day.
every time. I think it's because we talk and like we get air bubbles in our throat or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Every time. I've burped into the microphone many times already.
Por Vida featured various musicians, including Diplo, Tyler the Creator, Bad Bad Not Good, another one I don't know how to pronounce. So like she immediately started working with people.
Usually if it's
collaborated with rapper Snoop Dogg on the song On Edge for his mixtape.
See, but I wonder how she like stepped into that world.
I don't know.
Okay, she learned to play piano and saxophone.
She's kicked out of her home.
Because I wonder... Because you don't just, like, step into
that. I mean, maybe you just get lucky. I don't know. But
maybe she just was at the right place at the right time. I mean, that's usually how it fucking goes. But that's really, it's really fucking crazy, man.
Yes.
Maybe there's some conspiracy theory we're missing out on.
Maybe.
Her social media is kind of fucking weird. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. I was,
like, it's
I was
really
not into it.
I'm looking back at it.
She hasn't opened it yet.
Oh, Kali Uchis hasn't replied to us yet?
No. All right. I should probably rate this album.
Okay,
we probably covered it pretty good.
Yeah, I think we got what we wanted
Go
out of
listen
this.
to it. If you're not into this kind of music, give it a shot. Like I said, I had a good time.
Do you have any, like, for fans of things, or do you think anybody who's into anything should listen to this?
Well, I already said for fans of bass lines and
yeah,
whatever.
You like tasty bass lines?
Tasty bass lines for sure. But it's just, boot up Vice City, put this on. That's what you should do. For fans of Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, you should listen to this record. Yeah,
if you've ever played Grand Theft Auto Vice City and listened to V-Rock, then this is the album for you. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to rank it out of?
I need a rating system.
Let's do a rating system of
trying real hard. You're straining. Don't hurt yourself.
Let's rank it out of 7.
Oh.
Nobody does 7. Everybody does 5 and 10. Let's do it out of 7.
I will give this a 5.5 out of 7.
Hey, that's pretty good. 7. The movie 7.
The movie 7 of the Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
A 5.5 Deadly Sins.
A 5.5 Deadly Sins. Okay, this is out of Deadly Sins, this episode. Are the Deadly Sins in an order?
I mean, I think they're typically told in an order. I don't know if they're, like, worse than the other.
The first band I was in the band name was 7 Deadly Sins.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and each of us it had to have 7 members, so there could be 7 Deadly Sins. Okay, so it's 1 is gluttony, 2 is lust, 3 is greed, 4 is sorrow, despair, 5 is wrath, 6 is sloth, 7 is vainglory, and 8 is pride. So
vainglory?
I don't know, but we're gonna look at
vanity. Okay,
vanity.
That makes sense.
Okay, yep, and then so this is between a wrath and a sloth for you. It's between anger. And
wait, no. Why does this list have 8? Oh, pride, hubris. What?
Yeah, that one. Do you see that?
This one has. Yeah, that one has 8.
Dejection, boasting. I think they just condensed boasting to pride into the 7th deadly sin with that. So
interesting.
You guys didn't know your 7 deadly sins. Now you do now.
Go watch the movie 7. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty okay.
Isn't that the What's in the Box one? Right?
What's in the Box? Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With, our boy, Kevin Spacey.
Oh, boy.
That's been my thing lately. Every time somebody says a controversial figure, I'm be like, oh, yeah, my boy. And they get
my boy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
Good pick.
Doing
thanks. What this show's supposed to do.
Or make it really really uncomfortable for Chayne.
Yes.
That's the goal of this show.